Hi, my name's Barbara O'Brien, and I'm happy to be here with Mike Rourke. And today's date is May the 12th, 2009. And Mike, you told me that you've lived in Carroll County for about 15 years. Is that right?
More than that.
More than that?
Yeah, since 1992.
Since 92? Okay.
Yeah.
That is more than that.
Yeah.
Why or how did you get to be moving into Carroll County?
Well, my wife is from Hollandtown.
Okay.
And she wanted to come home. We were living out in Phoenix, Arizona. And that's where I'm from. That's where she met me. I was out in Phoenix. So she wanted to come home, and she was coming, with or without me. And so I said, "Can I come?" And she said, "Yes." So I came. And I've been here ever since. And I love it out here. I love it in Carroll County. I hate to leave Carroll County. You know, I have to go down to the VA every now and then in Baltimore to get my teeth worked on. And I hate doing that because I don't want to leave Carroll County. I feel secure out here. Nice country atmosphere and not too much traffic, and people are polite. You know, they let you in when you're on an off street and things like that. They don't do that in the city, you know. So, and
Drivers.
Yeah, and I'm a city boy, you know, living in Phoenix for 26 years. You know, I'm used to city life, and I'm not used to courteous drivers, you know.
Now,
So,
if your wife was from Highlandtown, how did you pick Carroll County to return to?
well, my wife, we came up here because her sister lives up here, and her nieces are up here. And we came out here just as an intermediary stop, and then we just stayed. We got an apartment here, and then a year later we bought our house. So that's what happened.
That's a good story.
Yeah.
Have you seen any changes in
Well,
Carroll
yeah,
County
it's growing.
since you
growing.
moved?
Yeah.
How has it grown?
Well, they just put a moratorium on Manchester for 5,000 people last year. That they wouldn't grow over 5,000 people, and it was 3. Now they've moved it up to 5. More people are moving out here, but and the new high school's going up. They got a new elementary school. Haley Hill Farms is moving across the street. They're going to have a new road going into Lineborough and all this other stuff. They got, you know, they got a bunch of housing developments going on. That whole Haley Hill Farm thing was started after we got here. So I've seen the whole thing go up.
Well, you've seen a lot of changes.
Well, yeah, where I live. And I don't know that I like them, to tell you the truth, because it brings more people out here, and I don't want more people. You know, I like the country atmosphere. I like that. So.
Do you live in Hampstead or?
No, I live in Manchester.
You live in Manchester?
Yeah, I live in Whispering Valley.
All right.
Yeah.
Is that pretty rural there?
It's a development.
Okay.
It's a development.
Is there countryside around you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. A little bit of, there's a horse farm there and that kind of thing. And like I said, it used to be open field until they put in that Haley Hill Farms. And now it's another development. So we're getting surrounded by developments.
I guess the horse farm helps you feel more protected.
Well, what makes me feel more protected is our neighborhood, because it's just the people who live there. They're quiet. They take pride in their property. You know, they cut their grass. They do, you know, whatever they're going to do, keep it looking nice. And it's a nice place to live. It's just a nice place to live. Neighbors are neighborly. They're friendly. You know. So.
What are the ages of your neighbors? What would you say?
Pat's a little younger than me. He's about 60, I think. He lives right next door. And then on the other side is Bob, and he's older than I am. He's a little older. And we met them when we first got here. And then we don't know a couple of those down there. We live in a cul-de-sac. So the neighbors go all the way around, you know. But I know neighbors different houses. I know the one that's straight across from me. He's got 2 daughters that are grown. He's putting up an addition on his house, and I know him. He's a nice guy too, Earl. Yeah.
It sounds like maybe with your next door neighbors, at least they don't move in and out a lot.
No,
Pretty stable.
no, they're stable. Yeah, they have family functions, things like that. But see, he had a heart attack about 3 years ago, so he's kind of limited in what he could do.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure you're a good neighbor. Tell me something about senior centers.
This senior center?
Have you had
Or
experience with any others?
No,
No, all right.
just this one.
Just this one.
Yeah.
How long ago did you join?
When I was 59, so that was almost 3 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll be 62 in September.
What do you think about this one?
I love it here.
You do?
I love this one. I think it's from what I've heard from other people, it's the best one in Carroll County. Brand new and big, plenty of room for everything.
What do you like about it?
I like the people.
The
The
people.
people are real friendly. All the people are real friendly. Talk to them. They talk to you like you're a neighbor, you know.
Right.
It's great.
What kind of things do you like to do here?
I like to be in the wood shop with the guys.
You do?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I do.
Do you build anything of wood? Or?
No, I can't. I'm all thumbs. I can't work with power tools. See this scar here?
Mm-hmm.
That's my last experience with a power tool. Oh, the power saw. Yeah, well, it slipped, and I hit my forearm against the fence, and that caused that scar right there. And I blooded like a stuck pig. So that was the end of my power tools experience. So I don't use them.
Okay. That's better. You're safe.
I don't feel safe with them. I'm afraid of them, to tell you the truth, I am. Because I always end up seeming to get hurt. And I don't want to chop off any fingers or anything like that, you know. So,
Mike, you don't like going in the city to the VA hospital.
no.
You like to stay put. So what's your day like in Carroll County?
Well,
A typical day or a week or
typical week,
however it
normally,
sizes up in Carroll
right?
County.
Normally. Because see, this past 2 weeks I've been sick, so it's kind of interrupted my schedule. But normally I go, in the morning I'll go to the gym, and I'll be there for maybe a couple hours. Then I'll go to the mall, have lunch, stay down there for a little while. Then I'll come up here to the senior center and, you know, just mess around with the guys. And then I gotta empty the trash, and then me and Fuzzy usually go over to KFC and have a snack and talk and till 5:30, and then I go home.
Neat.
Yeah.
What trash are you emptying?
The trash is collected from the kitchen, that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So that's a volunteer job.
right.
Neat.
That's how I got in on the volunteer dinner.
So these things keep you grounded in Carroll County.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good thing. They're building a new bypass
Yeah,
off
I
of
know.
Route 30. What do you think about that?
I think that's going to bottleneck into Manchester. It's going to cause a big mess. That's what I think.
You do.
Yep, I do.
How will that affect Manchester with the
Well,
cap on population?
From what I understand, Manchester has to pay for their own bypass if they want to get one. If they want to build a bypass, they have to pay for it themselves. And I don't think we'll ever have the money for it. So I think what's going to happen is they can't widen the road because there's no property. There's property on both sides of the road. And you've only got about this much space between the road and the house.
Right.
So they can't really widen the road. I don't know what they're going to do. To tell you the truth, I don't know.
Who's paying for the bypass now, do you know?
The county.
This one, the county's
Or
paying
the
for it.
state. The
The
state.
state, okay.
Yeah, this one down here. Rourke found the money for it before he went out of office.
Would
At least that's what I hear.
would it be beneficial for Manchester to have a bypass, or is
Yes,
it
I think they
important to
would.
have people passing through for businesses?
Well, but
and
who
things?
stops during rush hour? We have about maybe a half hour to 45-minute rush hour, which I love. It's only that long, you know, but who stops when all that traffic goes through to a business? Nobody. Nobody stops. It's not helping the businesses. So, you know, have a bypass where people who don't want to go through town can go up to Lineborough and get off and go up 30. And then, you know, the people who live here can just go through. That's what I say.
There are lots of businesses in Manchester. Has that changed at all since you moved out? You don't think that that would benefit
They've
them?
improved. They've improved their businesses. They've been doing well.
Good.
Yeah. The Dutch corner up there has got remodeled, and some of the other businesses have got new owners. They remodeled, what's the name of that place? Spargo's. They remodeled Spargo's. So they're doing well. And that's a good place to eat. We really like it there. That's another thing. I go on the guys that used to get together for the men's ministry over at the old church I used to go to, we still get together once a month for breakfast.
All right.
And we usually go to Spargo's now. There's about 16 of us.
I
when
heard
we all
about
get
your
together.
breakfasts.
Oh, you did?
Uh-huh.
Who told you?
Some of the guys.
Oh, you mean in the wood shop?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's an important thing for you, isn't it?
Yes, it's important for me to keep in contact with those men. The good Christian brothers, and I love them to death. Love them to death.
Is that not your church, your regular
No.
church now?
No, I go to Hampstead
You go to
Baptist.
Hampstead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's very nice
Yeah.
that you have that community.
Yep. I know quite a few people here now because of that. Quite a few diversities of people.
That's
So,
great.
yeah.
If you had to pick one thing, you could only tell us one thing about Carroll County that you would want people to know. Can you pick one thing?
Mm-hmm.
What would it be?
The people are great.
The people are great.
Yep.
That's wonderful.
Yep.
Well, that's a nice way to end.
Yeah.
I just want to thank you, Mike,
Sure.
for taking this time and talking with us.
Sure.
Very interesting.
Yeah.